For decades, the search for life centered on worlds that mirrored our own. We sent rovers to scan the dry, rocky riverbeds of Mars, hunting for the chemical signatures of an Earth-like past. But orbiting Jupiter, there is a world that functions on an entirely different set of rules. Europa is a pale, cracked marble, an ancient biological laboratory encased in a shell of ancient ice. The immediate environment around this moon is hostile. It sits deep inside Jupiter's magnetosphere. A magnetosphere is a region of space surrounding a planet where charged particles are trapped and accelerated by its magnetic field, creating an invisible wall of radiation. Standing on the surface results in a dose of 5.4 sieverts of radiation every day. A sievert is a unit used to measure the health effect of ionizing radiation on the human body. A single sievert causes severe radiation sickness. 5 in a day is fatal, shredding complex organics and chemically altering the ice within hours. This bombardment makes the exterior sterile. If biology exists here, it must be hidden. The very hazard that destroys life on the surface forces us to look inward, redefining where a planetary ecosystem can actually survive. Europa's exterior contradicts the history of the solar system. It is one of the smoothest objects ever observed, eerily devoid of the impact craters that scar almost every other moon in our neighborhood. This lack of craters indicates a young surface. Something warm and fluid from below is constantly pushing upward, erasing old cosmic scars and freezing into fresh sheets of ice. In 2022, NASA's Juno spacecraft measured the temperature profile of the crust to settle a decades-long debate. The measurements confirmed the ice shell averages 29 kilometers thick, nearly 18 miles of rigid, frozen water. This thickness creates a deeply isolated vault. A 29-kilometer barrier protects the liquid saltwater below from the radiation of the cosmos, providing a stable, dark sanctuary for whatever might be moving in the depths. At 670 million kilometers from the Sun, where surface temperatures hover at minus 160 degrees Celsius, this moon would logically be frozen solid to its core. Liquid water exists here because of tidal heating. Europa is caught in a gravitational tug-of-war between Jupiter and its neighboring moons Io and Ganymede, keeping its orbit slightly elliptical. With every orbit, Jupiter's gravity physically stretches and compresses the moon's interior. This relentless mechanical kneading generates internal friction, melting the ice from the inside out and maintaining a liquid ocean for over 4 billion years. This internal stress is visible on the surface. It fractures the crust to create reddish-brown chaos terrain, regions where the ice has broken apart, shifted, and refrozen into a jagged, mismatched arrangement. Jupiter's crushing gravity is the exact engine preventing Europa from freezing solid. The gas giant acts as a massive heater, inadvertently creating an incubator for a lightless world. Sinking through the ice shell reveals an abyss 100 kilometers deep. This ocean holds 2 to 3 times the water volume of all Earth's oceans combined, locked away in absolute darkness. Without sunlight, traditional photosynthesis is impossible. For life to exist here, it requires an alternative energy source to replace the missing light of the sun. The solution may come from the surface radiation. As charged particles blast the ice, they split water molecules into reactive chemicals. As the crust shifts, these chemicals are slowly dragged down into the ocean, providing a potential food source from above. At the seafloor, a process called serpentinization generates heat and hydrogen gas. Serpentinization is a chemical reaction that occurs when seawater percolates into cracks in the rocky interior and reacts with minerals. Between the surface chemicals and the seafloor hydrogen, Europa possesses the ingredients for a self-sustaining food chain. This system operates entirely independent of the sun, mirroring the hydrothermal ecosystems found in the deepest trenches of Earth. Exploring this ocean is an immense engineering challenge. Drilling through 29 kilometers of solid ice in deep space is currently impossible. This chart reveals a specific magnetic signature found in legacy NASA data. During a 1997 flyby, the Galileo spacecraft recorded a 200 nanotesla shift. A nanotesla is a unit used to measure the strength of magnetic fields. A shift this large indicated a sudden change in the local environment. When combined with later Hubble images, this data suggested a radical conclusion. Europa is actively venting water vapor plumes 200 kilometers into the vacuum of space. In 2023, the James Webb Space Telescope confirmed carbon dioxide in these areas. This suggests the ocean is actively releasing its contents, including the carbon-based building blocks necessary for life. This means we do not need to breach the ice. The moon is breathing its hidden ocean directly into the path of our spacecraft, offering up its chemical secrets for direct sampling. NASA's Europa Clipper mission, launched in October 2024, was built to catch this spray. The spacecraft will perform 49 close flybys. Its mass spectrometers are designed to taste the plumes directly, hunting for organic molecules without ever touching the moon's lethal surface. This mission addresses the Great Filter, a theory suggesting that there is a difficult barrier in the evolution of life that most worlds never cross. If Clipper finds a chemically perfect but sterile ocean, it implies that the development of life is an extremely rare occurrence. However, if a single-celled organism is found feeding on chemicals in that darkness, it proves biology can emerge twice in one solar system. Whatever is hidden under 29 kilometers of ice will alter our understanding of our place in the cosmos. The answer will reveal that we are either a lonely fluke of chemistry or that the dark universe is populated far beyond our view.